Welcome back, everyone. It's Mary, and we are still having fun with the Hero Arts January 2018 card kit. Today's video, number 3, and I am focusing more on the stamps that came in the kit today. So I had a ton of fun, and these stamps are so elegant and so beautiful. The double layers, when you stamp them out, it's like, what? Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to do a couple simple cards and one a little bit more intricate. But first, I am going to play with some backgrounds. So I just take out those ink spots, and I am covering this Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock with the ink spots and just going back and forth. I like to get some good coverage here, but I like that also kind of watercolored look about it. And so I'm going to do that with the 3 colors in the kit. Now, the kit came with 4 different ink daubers. I think I ended up using all of them, but I only show you 3 cards that I made to the fullest. I'm going to take that stamp and I'm going to stamp it out on one of those backgrounds. And this is going to be the first layer, which you want to use. You can go either way, but I used, oh, look at that. Did you see that? Did not stamp well. Should have used my mini Misty. Anyway, I got it done. But you want to use, I used a light color first and then a dark color over the top. And that makes that just pop. And that beautiful font, it's just so beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to put sending next to it, and that's going to be sending love. So that's one background. The second background, I'm going to pull out my Whisper White craft ink from Stampin' Up. And that's a beautiful ink to use. It's pigment ink, and so it's shows up pretty nicely, actually. I think I need to re-ink mine. But it does come up nicely. And this time I did it backwards. So I went light first because I had this blue background. And then I put, oh no, wait, I did that last time. Ugh, I'm a dork. I am going to put the dark blue on top. Okay, so nothing earth-shattering there. And then the third one, I did somewhat of an opposite. But I put black ink down, and then I'm going to use Versamark over that one for the second layer. When I get that stamped with the Versamark, I'm going to use some red glitter powder over it. So it's not a light color, but it's lighter. And so I'm going to make sure I cover that really nicely, and then I'm going to heat set that with my Wagner heat tool, and we're going to get this beautiful shimmer in, see that, in the second stamp of the layering. So I have those 3 backgrounds, and now I'm going to start making my cards. I pull out my heart stitched dies, and I'm going to cut out some of that beautiful paper that came with the kit. It's like fabric almost. It's fabric-y paper. And I'm going to use the smaller heart to cut out the love. So this way I have a layering effect going on. All right, so I'm going to take to my little score buddy here, and one of those beautiful shimmery pieces of paper that came with the kit, I am going to score that, making it an A2 size. But then I'm going to pull out the biggest heart that I have in my heart dies, and I'm going to make an actual heart card. Now, it might bother some people that the left-hand side comes out flat for the card, but that doesn't bother me at all because it's a card, and so people are going to expect that it's going to have an opening. So, but if you do not like that, there are alternate ways that you can do this, and I don't show them here, but I'm sure if you YouTube it, I'm sure you'll find it. So now I'm just going to take some of that ribbon that came with the kit, and I'm going to make myself a pretty little bow right on the top of that. And this is a little trick I use. So I put down the first strip of ribbon, and then I just tie this and pull to the side. And now I have a perfectly placed bow. I'm going to snip the ends of that with some fabric scissors, and then I like to put a glue dot right underneath that knot to hold it in place. But I just use tape runner on the back to hold the ribbon. I'm going to use some tape runner to hold down this fabric-y paper, and then I'm going to use some 3M foam mounting tape to pop up the heart. So I like the dimension. I like this card. This was a different card. I usually don't do shaped cards, so that was kind of fun to do. Cute little Valentine's love note for someone, so that was fun. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to write on the inside of that shimmery paper, though, so I guess permanent marker would be good. Like a Sharpie? Oh no, I'll find out. So I took some of that confetti sequence that came in the kit, and with some multimedia matte and my jewel picker, I just picked that up and added it to the card. I think it kind of gets lost on the card a little bit because it's very busy, dark colors, whatnot. But I did like it in the end. I thought it was a nice little touch, but I'm not sure that you absolutely need it because that love stamp just kind of steals the show anyway. So Anyway, whatever floats your boat. Try out, see what you like. All right, so there's some close-ups of that one. Now, moving on to the next card. Very simple. I'm going to take out some stitched rectangle dies, and I am going to cut out a white panel because I cut out the blue panel in a smaller one. Pulling out my embossing buddy bag, and then I'm going to take the stamp that was in the kit, the corner stamp, that beautiful, almost like a lattice corner, and I am going to use Versamark and then the pink embossing powder that came with the kit. That pink embossing powder has a little bit of shimmer to it, and so I thought that that was a really cute little accent. Again, this is a very simple card. Dare I say clean and simple, because it really didn't take much effort. I mean, how do you define clean and simple, right? A lot of white space? How do you define it? I define it as it really wasn't difficult to make, but I know that's not what the definition is. Anyway, all right, I'll stay in my lane. So now I'm putting on some fun foam on the back. I used some pretty strong score tape to kind of flatten that panel out, then the fun foam. Then I stuck that down to some pink shimmery cardstock that came with the kit, and then some runner tape for the blue panel. Once that's finished, I'm going to take some of those little pink pearls that came with the kit, and they're going to be added to my card. I like the way they look, but I don't like the functionality of those pink beads, if I'm being totally honest. They look pretty, they don't work pretty. They had little glue things sticking out around them. They were kind of a hassle. In all the things of crafty hassle, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just not something that I would probably buy, if that makes any sense. Okay, so there's the finished card, and we're moving on to my favorite because I love glitter, right? So here I have this stencil in my stash. I want to say this is a Hero Art stencil from a long time ago. From a card kit, maybe? Honestly, I don't know. All right, so I put that over, and I'm just taping it down. And see this shimmery, beautiful shimmery spread? I call it a spread. What is this called? Paste. It's pink. It wasn't meant to be pink. It was meant to be clear. But I think that I was putting this over some red Distress Oxide, and it turned pink. But I don't care. So right here, I slowed this down a little bit so you can see my mini crafter, AJ. He wanted to come in and he wanted to use the spread. And so he's doing a good job. He's working up until he goes rogue, right about there. And then I had to take that spatula out of his hand. He didn't like it anyway because he thought he was going to get dirty. I don't know, my son and his hands, got to have them clean. And it's not like most boys, right? Okay, so there's the finished card panel. And that, I have to tell you, I'm cutting it down right here just to fit, but that camera does not do this justice. When you see this, it is so much more shimmery and glossy and beautiful than the camera will ever let on. I am finishing this card by cutting that love out with a heart die and slapping it on that beautifulness. And that's it, really. The only other thing I do here is I take one of those ink spots and I'm making some coordinating paper so that I could have that peek out from behind the shimmer, and that's it. I'm not even, besides some pretty pink posh clear sequins, done. All right, so there's some close-ups of that card. So thank you so much for joining me for video number 3. We have 3 more videos using this kit. Do I have that much more in me? I don't know. We'll see. I think I've been kind of front-loading quite a bit, but I like to try to focus on one of the elements in each of the videos, just so that we can kind of use it all up, right? That's the whole intent. All right, so that's it for me. Everything I use will be listed below. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next 3 videos. And I love to hear from you, so comment and hit the thumbs up if you like it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.